Hello, welcome back to JayhawkJukebox. I'm Grace Unright.
I'm Dana.
And we're doing Song of the Week this week. So what song did you pick?
So I picked, it's called Love on the Ground by Cannons. It's more of just like a vibing song. I just usually listen to it when I'm driving, and I mean, the words are like not too important, but like, because they're a little bit corny, but I'm just like, oh, I like the beat, so.
No, I really liked it. It reminded me of Claro a lot.
Yeah.
It was super good.
It was just like soft voice, but more like of the beat and like the actual music.
It does sound like a good driving song to listen to.
Yeah. What about you? What did you pick?
I picked In Front of Me by Steve Lacy. It is off of his newer-ish album, came out in 2020. It's just a really cute, like, lovey song, and the beat is so chill. Like,
yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah, no, I listened to it this morning. I was like, oh yeah, I remember Grace told me to listen to Steve Lacy. This is really good.
No, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I might cry, but it's like 9 a.m. I'm listening to it. I was like,
he's super talented, and he only has like 2 albums out, but I think he's hinting to drop one soon. So
yeah, I like how he's more like, I don't know, I just don't see him perform that often or anything. I feel like he just drops whenever he has like content.
Yeah, he doesn't really market it, I don't think. But do you listen to any other of Cannon's work or no?
Oh yeah, no, I like a lot of their songs. I guess they're a band, but there's one called, I think they had that song like Fire for You, which was like pretty popular. And then they have a few other ones. I can't remember their names, but it's off that same album. It's like a pink cover. And it's really, their music is basically, every song is very similar to the other song, but there's just like one different thing. You're like, ooh, I'm gonna add this one too. Yeah. I'm gonna add this one, and yeah.
I've never heard of them, but I'll add them to my playlist.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of like of maybe like Tame Impala or something.
Yeah, that's kind of
where
what
it's
I got.
just kind of like you're listening, but.
Super good.
Yeah.
But when did you discover their music?
Probably like 2 years ago, like in the summer, like in quarantine. It was really nice. I was just like, when you go out to the pool and stuff and you're just like listening to music, it's like something like a summer type.
It is a summery vibe.
Yeah.
I feel like Steve Lacy is more of like a fall. I don't know
Maybe
why.
winter.
Maybe winter, yeah.
But yeah, that's about it then.
So that's it for Song of the Week. We'll see you.
Thank you.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. My name is Audrey.
And I'm Taylor.
And we are doing the cover segment this week. And we have chosen the song September by Earth, Wind & Fire, and then Taylor Swift covered it on Spotify.
Yes.
So first of all, what did you think of like September, the OG version?
So September is obviously one of those classic songs like at prom and homecoming in high school.
Oh yeah.
Like just constantly. And like I even remember one time we had a homecoming dance on the 21st of September and they played it maybe like 5 times. And it's just like one of those classic songs that just never gets old. Like
I love the band. I'm gonna see them in, I think it's either May or June. But I love Earth, Wind & Fire. They're so good. And yeah, they play it at like every school dance, everywhere, like anywhere, bars, everywhere. And that in Africa by Toto. That's both of those songs they play all the time. But what do you think of the Taylor version?
So the Taylor version's kind of more of like this phase in her life where she's leaning more into like slow, folky, like very romantic, like fairy garden type vibes. I don't know how else to describe
Fairy garden, I love that.
But like, I just, like when it comes to covers just in general, I am of the opinion that covers are just useless unless you're doing something to change it or make it your own new like rendition.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel
like Taylor did that.
Yeah, and it just feels like this completely different like song on its own.
Yeah, I definitely like hearing it slowed down because I feel like Taylor can honestly pull off any genre.
Yeah.
Like she can be a country singer for the rest of her life. She could, I mean, we've seen her rap apparently, that one rap video of her, like why not? She's good at like every genre. So I honestly really liked this version of it, but I do like the original better just because I feel like I don't know, I just can't get away from like wanting to dance and like boogie or whatever.
Yeah.
Boogie.
I don't know if I could pick a favorite. I think they're kind of tied for me just because they are so different. But another thing I like about the cover is that it kind of gives this like, I don't know, Taylor Swift vibe of how she's so good at like storytelling. And it makes you notice like the words and notice like the meaning behind the words in a
like
different way.
Like the one lyric, she like changed it to 28th of September instead of 21st. Because like her she met her now boyfriend on that date, and I was like, oh, that's smart. Like I didn't even realize that, honestly.
I don't know, I just like them both equally, and I can put them both on and have them both make me feel really good.
Put them on at the same time.
Yes, I can put them both on it, like even back to back, and still just feel really good no matter what. Yeah, because they just have such good vibes. I don't know.
No, I'm not a Swiftie, unfortunately. I know you're a new Swiftie because you like her folk stuff. But I definitely would have to say that the Earth, Wind, and Fire version is better, just because that's what I think.
Like if I had to choose, that's what I'd go with. Because like you can't just like choose a cover over the original September.
Unless there's a good reason to. And this, I'm like, love you, Taylor, but I gotta stick with the original for this.
We can't give her everything.
Yeah, we can't let her get everything. God. But yeah, so anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, well, that's it for the cover segment, and we'll be right back after the break.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Dana.
And I'm Grace.
And we're going to talk about the Tyler, the Creator concert we recently went to together.
In Kansas City.
Yeah. It was quite the experience. I guess we can first start talking about the opening acts. So there was Vince Staples.
Tizo Touchdown.
And Kelly
Uchis.
Yes. Yeah. And I want to say what was his name?
Tizo Touchdown.
Yeah, that one was surprising.
Yeah.
He was pretty out there with his performance, but I think he did a pretty good job of getting the crowd hyped up before.
For sure. And I'm surprised Tyler had 3 openers. I feel like that's kind of
it's excessive.
Yeah. It was good though because people weren't bored waiting. Yeah.
No, especially because we were in the GA section, in the pit, so we were waiting for a long time. Even before we were waiting outside in the cold.
It was really cold.
I know.
But we got a good spot. We were pretty close.
Yeah. So I know you're more familiar with Vince Staples. So do you feel like his set was pretty good?
I feel like it was okay. I don't know. It was hard for us to see him because he was in the middle of the GA section. And I know the crowd wasn't really hyped because I don't think many people listened to him. But I think he did play some of his good songs that I enjoyed.
Yeah, they did kind of have the stage set up weird where there was the main stage but also a big lane down the middle and then another small one. So it's kind of hard to know where to look.
But it was nice that Tyler came out so everyone got to see him up closer. But what was your favorite song that Tyler performed?
I think it might have been New Magic Wand towards the end because I didn't think he was going to perform that.
Yeah.
I was telling you I was wishing he would have performed Wilshire off his new album, the Call Me If You Get Lost. But it is a long song, so.
Yeah.
But definitely New Magic Wand since it was kind of his last thing.
Yeah, his opening, that was so cool.
Yeah.
The way he came in with he had a whole video of For Sir Baudelaire. Right?
Yeah.
And then during Corso, he came out with this car. It was so cool.
Yeah, no, he came out with the car and he's talking to us, and then he kind of the way he performed was kind of he would go into talking to us and then transforming it into okay, this is gonna go into my next song, which was kind of nice. He was communicating with us a lot.
Yeah, and I loved the fireworks.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really cool during Earthquake and his last song, Run It Up.
Yeah, no,
that was so cool.
Yeah, no, that was really nice. And then when he just kind of he just made so many jokes throughout the night. It was just so funny.
And I keep seeing on social media all the stories he's telling at different venues too, which is so funny.
And then also Callie, her performance was really, really nice just because I feel she's not new. She's been around for a long time, but she hasn't performed that often. And just seeing
She performed
her,
so well.
yeah, seeing her up there like doing dances, somebody who's not much of a performer, more of a vocalist, like it was really hard to tell that that was like one of the first few times that she's kind of been popular over that.
Yeah, and everyone loved her too. I was sad that she didn't perform with Tyler. I thought they were gonna,
could've.
yeah, for like After the Storm, but it's okay.
Yeah, they had a few good songs together, but
And
I
See
wish
You Again.
they would have performed them. But
Okay, that is it for our Tyler segment. We will see you guys later.
thanks.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part's the most complicated one?
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now. No humps.
Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to
1,
do
2,
the
3,
end.
4.
It's just I don't know the
Sorry.
head.
It's hard by yourself.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to This Week in Indie Music, a segment where we look back on events throughout the history of indie rock and pop. I'm Zach Galvin.
And I'm Graham Bond. In 2003, the Black Keys played at one of its first music festivals, South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, after driving for nearly 24 hours from Akron.
In 2008, Arcade Fire performed 2 free concerts for Barack Obama at one of his rallies in Cleveland and Nelsonville, Ohio.
In 2010, Arctic Monkeys performed a rare, intimate gig at the Shepherd's Bush Empire in London. They performed their current album at the time, Humbug.
Also in 2010, Two Door Cinema Club debuted their album Tourist History. It was released by a French independent record label, Kitsune Music.
In 2011, the Kooks announced via social media that they had finished their new album, which was eventually announced as Junk of the Heart. The first single released from the album was Is It Me in Europe and Junk of the Heart elsewhere.
In 2014, Cage the Elephant released their hit Take It or Leave It, followed by Cigarette Daydreams to promote their album Mellophobia.
Also in 2014, Foster the People released their second album, Supermodel, after touring for 2 years. It was preceded by the lead single, Coming of Age.
In 2015, Florence and the Machine released their music video of their track St. Jude, choreographed by Ryan Heffington and directed by Vincent Haycock, continuing the narrative from their previous video, What Kind of Man.
In 2017, Alt J began teasing their third studio album on their social media accounts with an audio clip captioned with the binary code for 3WW.
In 2019, Mac DeMarco announced his fourth studio album, Here Comes the Cowboy, and shared the first single off the album, Nobody. The album was released 2 months later.
And that concludes This Week in Indie Music. Be sure to tune in next week at 4:30 and follow us on our socials on Twitter at Jayhawk_Jukebox and our Instagram at JayhawkJukebox.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.